Hey fellow designers, it's Karen of Made by Karen M. Happy New Year! Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this dress. So if you'd like to learn how to do it, stay tuned. Okay, so I'm getting ready to print my crop corset pattern. I still don't know exactly what I'm making, but we're just going to print the pattern and go with it. Always do your custom scale to 100% because you want to make sure it prints out actual measurements and doesn't get shrunk down or enlarged or anything. For all y'all out there that hate taping y'all patterns, stop being lazy. It doesn't take that long. Y'all don't like puzzles? It's like a puzzle. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this together. It's only 5 pages because page 1 is like the instructions and like what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so I think this mesh is fairly stretchy, so I think it will be safe for me to do the pattern at like true to size, because I was wondering if I should go one size up, but I'm gonna just do the medium. I actually should have gone one size up because the mesh does kind of limit the stretchability of the pattern, and I ended up having to add 1 inch on each side of the center back to have it be big enough for me. I do wear about a medium in the bodice area, but with that mesh, it just wasn't big enough. Okay, so I only have a very little bit of this fabric, so I have to make sure I cut this correctly. Remember, you have to cut 2 center pieces and 4 of everything else. Okay, so down here, I'm going to cut this longer because I'm attaching a skirt and I don't want it to just be a crop. The funny thing is I remembered to add more length to the side of this pattern piece at the bottom, but I did not remember to add it to the back pattern piece. So I still kind of had to like slope it up a little bit. In the end, it all worked out, but keep in mind, if you add length to one piece, you got to add it to another. At this point, I started measuring out my boning. So I'm basically using my pattern pieces as a guide on how to cut it. You definitely want to put boning in each of your princess seams and as well as the middle of the back panels. I also took out my instruction booklet to see what pattern I put the pieces in my corset pattern. And then after that, I started ironing out my boning. Excuse my dirty towel. In the scene before this, which is not in this video, I actually cleaned my iron on this towel, so that's why you see so many spots. I will be doing a separate video to show y'all how to get your irons clean if you happen to like spill anything on it. But basically, you want to make sure that your iron is on a really high steam setting and just iron your boning flat. It's going to be curved because it comes on a roll, but you want to make sure it's flat. Next, I made some black boning casing by cutting 2-inch wide strips of my fabric. If you're not familiar with how to do this, take a look at the tutorial on my channel. I decided to sew the 2 layers of my corset together so they could function as one, and then I sewed the boning casing on top and then slipped the boning in after. Once I had sewn on all the boning casing and inserted my boning, I did a bias binding using 2-inch strips of fabric. If you don't know how to do bias binding using your own fabric, take a look at my halter dress tutorial. It'll explain more thoroughly. Look at how that princess seam creates a curve to accommodate the bust. This is what I love about princess seams. It doesn't lay flat, it curves just like your body does. I'm using the skirt portion of my halter dress pattern, and I'm a medium in the waist but a large in the hip, so you can see I tapered it out so that I could mesh both sides together, and I also folded the bottom up to make it shorter. And then here I am taping extra pieces of paper to the back of it and cutting it so that I can have a symmetrical full front piece instead of just a half. Once I created that full front pattern piece, I took my fabric and I started just pleating it along the left side and pinning all the pleats into place. I kind of tried to follow the curve of the left side of the pattern to make that hip curve. I also cut the pattern about 3 inches taller near the waist so that I could have more of a ruched effect and have like a high-low effect over my waist. And then I flipped it over and just cut along the outside edge of all those pins. Then I went ahead and cut out my back pieces, and I flipped that pleated piece over and just pinned my back pieces to it. The left side, of course, was already pleated and pinned, and then on the right side, I ended up just pinning the right back skirt piece and using that as a template on how to cut it out. Now I'm just double securing my pins, and then I sewed these sides together using a zigzag stitch and a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I did not go back and serge it because it's just a dress for myself and I was in a time crunch. But if you're making this for someone else, make sure you serge it so it can be neat. I like to do my finishing touches before I get to the end of the project. It just makes it more enjoyable for me. So I just went ahead and hemmed the bottom of the skirt by folding it up twice and securing it with a straight stitch. To get this ruched effect on my right thigh where the skirt scrunches upwards, I installed some elastic. You want to get a piece that is much shorter than your skirt and stretch it out as you install it. This one I ended up redoing it because I didn't stretch it enough and I wanted it really scrunched, but that's how you do it. If y'all want a specific tutorial, let me know. And this is what it looks like on the inside after, and that's what it looks like on the outside. So excited. Okay, so this is our side seam. It's funny how clean this looks like. You can barely even tell where the seams are. I'm gonna have to experiment with some more dresses like this. Okay, so I'm about to attach the skirt to the corset. I think that I don't remember exactly how much higher I want it to be, but somewhere like around 3 inches. So I think I'm gonna attach it there, and then it's gonna slope downward. We're gonna fold this down and put it right there at the seam. And then I think fold this back down. I don't know. I'm just experimenting, y'all. I don't know what's gonna look the best. Okay, and then this is gonna slope down. Okay, y'all, I recorded this whole thing and then it wasn't recording. Um, this is what the back looks like. Basically what I did is I laid this flat and I have it pinned like this, right? Let me just redo that portion so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I really don't want to undo this because I think it's like perfect. But basically what I did over here, this part of the skirt was 3 inches taller than it needed to be. So it goes to up here. It's at this level and I basically folded it down and I have pinned it into place onto the mesh. And then this piece I pinned here. And I want this to drape down. So I have like folded this down a little bit, but I just kind of pushed it down and pinned it into place. And then over here, I got this kind of folded down a lot. Because this is my little peekaboo area. So I guess all that's just gonna be sewn flat like that. So I pinned this from here down there. And then of course when I pinned it, I'm folding it in because I don't want a raw edge. And then over here, I have this pinned down by about 3 inches because I added that 3 inches at the top. So I have this pinned down so it sits at the bottom of the corset. And yeah, I'm about to put it around myself to see if it looks good. Oops. And then if it does, I'm gonna go ahead and sew it. Okay, so it looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew it down. I really wish I could re-record that process of me pinning it into place, but I am on a very tight schedule today, so I really don't have time. But basically, the key is to line up your seams. The mesh is a little bit less stretchy than the main material. So I have this cardboard and I stretched it out a little bit so that I could pin the skirt on top. And you want to line up your side seam. So this is a side seam, this is a side seam. So I lined up this this piece here with this side seam. And I just folded it down by about 1/2 inch. Pin that into place. And then this, I wanted it to be scrunched down and kind of detached from the dress around here. So I pinned this into place. Again, this is just folding down by about 1/2 inch. Pin this into place here. Here is where it's going to dip down. And I think it reattaches like there, but obviously my pin came loose or whatever. Over here, this portion of the skirt is folded down by about 3 inches because I made that part of the skirt taller, but I don't want it to cut up too high on the back of my outfit because this is already short. So yeah, this is our little peekaboo area. I got this folded down so that I have a little bit of hip popping out. And now I'm about to go ahead and sew this down using a straight stitch. She look like 90s R&B. Her friends like SWV. Took the weave out and left it short. It still look hella good to me. I'm your secret biggest fantasy friend. We can chill with everyone. I need someone intimate. You got all the taste for thugging touch. You kiss off in. Well, I'm thugging to the beach. Baby, join me if you can. All these years never said a thing. Knowing me is probably not hard to tell. Okay, so I'm about to install the zipper. I have some black ribbon that's going to help me stabilize it, keep me from getting that wavy effect, because it does stretch a little bit this way. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. So I'm going to be using this. I'm about to time lapse the process. I can lose you gasoline all my nights sleeping well. Just crush. Trust the love, baby, crush. It's just a crush. It's just a love, baby, crush. Okay, so I got my flat mannequin out because y'all know I hate fooling with real mannequins. It's just so cumbersome unless you're getting ready to like take pictures or something. I just need some structure so I can sew these appliques on. It's barely stretched out. Let's just do it like this. So this is what we have, and I'm about to just go ahead and apply my appliques. And the reason I'm doing this is because the dress needs to be stretched out. If I sew it while it's not stretched, I could be making the dress smaller by accident. I can lose you gasoline all my nights sleeping well. Just crush. Trust the love, baby, crush. It's just a crush. It's just a love, baby, crush. We're getting ready to go out. It's for YouTube.
Okay. Hi.
Do you want to say anything prior to New Year's?
Happy New Year. Leave all the negativity behind.
Period.
I'm saying some words.
The DJ of the evening.
24. What's up? 2024. We're ready for you.
Now help your friend right now. Help your friend. You can help each other. Get everybody right now. We need everybody together right now. Hey, where my cameraman? 24. Make it.
I had a great time, and Helen is a little bit drunk.
Fun.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to edit and figure out what makes the most sense to go on the vlog. I have a little YouTube channel.
I'm letting y'all know now.
Don't say little bitch. You got over 10,000 subscribers.
I have 12,000 subscribers, but it's for selling. It's for selling.
Are we in front of?
Like and subscribe. Follow for more action.
Like right now.
Hello.
I like it. I love it.
I have to make that an intro.
I love it.
Capricorns are terrible people.
What?
Oh my God,
Capricorns
she's
are
a
the
Virgo.
best. Yeah,
Well, we're
they're
best
both Virgos.
friends. I don't know if I could date her, but
We're very
best
compatible
friends.
as best friends.
As best friends.
Best friends.
Dude,
Today.
make sure you tell the
As
camera.
of today, January 1st.
As of today.
No,
Girl.
that's yours.
That's my chapstick.
That's your chapstick.
Just give me all my shit right now. Put all my shit in my bag. I mean, in your bag.
Your bag.
I borrowed Helen's bag for the evening.
I'm gonna just zip this up.
Okay. My ID better be in there. Thank you guys so much for watching my New Year's Eve dress tutorial and mini vlog. Let me know if you guys end up making this dress yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And of course, wishing you all the best in 2024. See you later.